Sweden has a much colder winter climate to Ireland. It is a unique culture, and it makes very effective use of wood in the design of most of its homes. It's nice to see these traditional Swedish wooden houses. Many of these were built over 300 years ago, yet are still lived in today. A recent development here in Sweden is the building of passive houses. I'm visiting Peter Nielsen and his family, who live in a small residential community of terraced passive houses south of Gothenburg.
We lived for just about 6 years now. It's a good small neighborhood for the kids, and we really like the house. It's perfectly in the size, and it turned out to be very comfortable as well. We didn't know. It was taking a chance, because it's kind of an experiment. Nobody has built this so far north, and everybody said that. But yeah, we bought into it, and it should be good.
Can be very cold here in the winter.
Yeah, like -20. I think it was the first winter we were here, it was -20.
So what was that like in a house like this? Because you've got no heating system really here, have you?
No. Maybe the first year when the house wasn't in tune and settled in, I mean, there was damp from the building and all that, so it was a bit cold, but after then, it's no problem at all.
So that's south and these ones here, right, okay. And you have all of your entrances are in the north.
So the first thing you should think of is to reduce the heat losses from a house. You use thick insulation, and you use good windows, and make it airtight. We have 42 centimeters of insulation here in the walls.
42
centimeters, yes.
Right, that's a lot of insulation in the walls. Yes.
And half a meter in the roof.
Half a metre?
Yes,
right.
And 30 centimeters under the floor.
Okay, so it's a very well insulated envelope of the house.
Yes, and we have a heat exchanger for the fresh air, so that the used air is heating up the fresh air. 85% of the fresh air is heated up by the used air.
So people living in the house, using lighting, using washing machines, cooking, the body heat, etc., all of that generates enough heat to compensate for the losses out of the house.
Yes.
And that will keep this house warm to 20 degrees Celsius in these conditions.
Yes. It's no problem.
Now you are using some energy because you've got lighting and you've got appliances in the kitchen, you've got all the power, you know, you've all these things. Obviously you've got fans that operate the heat recovery ventilation. How much energy do you use when you take all of this into account in a year?
Yeah, in a year about 8,000 kilowatt hours. That's our average over the years, and when talking to friends, they say, oh, that's really, really low. I mean, it's not half, it's maybe 1/3, something like that.
Does it cost much more, Hans, to build a house like this?
No, it doesn't. And it's a great question for me why the Swedish building industry hasn't done this for 20 years, because the principles are so simple, yes.
Yes. Is this the way we should be building all new houses for the future?
Yes, I think so. It's there is no sense of building other houses than passive houses in the future.